Hello, I'm William Gallagher. This is 58 Keys, and as always, it is about how writers like you and me can get more out of our Macs, our iPhones, and our iPads. And as sometimes, today I want to talk particularly about the Mac, and as what's less than sometimes, a bit, something in a bit. I want to show you something that you do definitely already have. What I'd like to do is say that you definitely have it and you definitely never use it, but I can't. Because this thing I want to talk about today is the Finder, and whether you even know that name or not, you use the Finder every single time you switch on your Mac. This is it. This is what you see every day. However, even as familiar as that is to you, there are still reasons why I'm sure we need to talk. Basically, you're not using this thing enough. And I know from experience that you will grab its extra features the instant you know they're there. The trouble is trouble the right word? I mean, ultimately, this is all good. Let's stick with trouble. The trouble is that first, Apple packs an incredible number of features and options and choices into the Finder. And then, just to add to it, secondly, it gives you multiple ways to do exactly the same thing. It's this sea of options. Seriously, too many to cover today. So how about this? Let me please show you my 5 favorites, including one I discovered when I was checking into this for you. Here are 5 Finder secrets for writers. I was going to give you a quick summary, but yeah, all 5 of them, okay? What they all do is, altogether, they speed up how you use your Mac. Let me start with the one that I found when I was checking into this. Have a look here, please, at the top of this Finder window. The controls that you see here, this strip of controls, they're going to look a little different on your Mac, but not much, really. The sole things I think I have at the moment that you might not are these 2 here with a D around them. They're part of default folder X, and it is X, it's not default folder 10. I checked. That's so good an addition to your Mac that actually I've done a 58 Keys about it, devoted to it entirely, and I'll put a link to that. Other than this, though, those strip controls are pretty much the standard ones that appear on every Mac's Finder window. And I'm not going to go through all of them. There's just one, the first thing I change, the view of icons here. I prefer it as a list. I don't know why. I just do. Maybe because I've got so many things I've got to get through. A list is easier to handle. But other than that, here's the default set showing a list, and it doesn't have to be the default set. No, wait, it does. It is the default. But it doesn't have to be the set of controls that you see. If you watch here, if I right click or hold down the control key and click on it, you can customize the toolbar and you get these options, something like a dozen or so, and you can add. There's the view one I just used. You could take that out, you could put it back, you move it over here, do all these things. There's about a dozen, I think, is it? Something like that? Yeah, a dozen-ish tools that Apple shows you there. Tools you can add or move or take away. For example, okay, here's this one, eject. If you still have a Mac that you can put DVDs into, well, you might want that eject button. Click on that, drag it up onto here, and now whenever you open any Finder window, it will have an eject button and you can use it to get rid of your DVD. It must be 10 years since I've had a Mac that had a drive like that. So drag this off to here, let go, and it's gone, and I'm back to the set I had before. I mean, and that's all very nice. That's great. Nice, lovely. If you have a DVD, yeah, just go for it. But even though I knew about all of that, I didn't use it at all because I didn't know this one little extra thing. Keep your eye on here for me, please. I'm just going to set up something over here and move around. I just need to quickly do something, and now we're done. Right, come back to this. Still got in customize toolbar, still got the same options to do all of this, but now I can also drag in a folder from anywhere I like and pop it wherever I fancy I'll do. And now if I just click done, forever that music folder is in that toolbar and I can get straight to it, and you go back and just do that. That's where I was. That's where I want to show you some other bits. There you go. Forever onwards, that music folder is there. And I love that. You can drag any folder to it. Actually, let's see. Can you drag an application there? I've not tried that. Let's find an application. What do I use? An awful lot. Podcasts. Yeah, maybe whatever. Let's see. Can I add podcasts in there? Yeah, I can. So now I can click podcasts in any window and open it. Not 100% sure I'll bother doing that, but this is actually what I use. This is the one I've actually put in there and I have every day, and I pop it in. I think I have it there. I took it out just so I could show you putting it back. Right, I have a video work thing. If I click on there, it goes to all the videos I do for us talking like this in 58 keys, lots of things, different clients and stuff like that. And that is all step one. I love that one. Here's the thing though. In order to show you doing that, show you how to do that, I first, before we started talking, I took video work out of my window so that I could put it back. And then I could not find it. Seriously. I mean, I don't have a very big Mac. I've got a Mac Mini, a 2018 Mac Mini with a very small SSD. So you'd think it'd be easy to find stuff on it, but actually the drive is so small I've had to plug in external drives, and it means everything I work on, it's spread over 4 drives that are connected into my Mac in different ways, and honestly it took me ages to find video work. However, I did find it, and the way I found it, well, this is the second thing I want you to know about. Really, this is how I saved my bacon, actually, by tracking down this folder that I really need. You know that Macs come with Spotlight. If you hold down 2 keys, you can search for anything like that, and it's not doing a lot today. I don't know why. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And there are other third-party tools, like there's one called Alfred I use, where I could have searched for video work, and it's also not coming up with it. I think that might be more me today than it. But of all of those things, which are probably the things you most often use to look around your Mac, certainly Spotlight, the one that comes with your Mac, there's also this. There's a search bar in the window, and there are really key advantages to using that. You're searching the same Mac, maybe for the same things, and it's a very similar system, but it has really key advantages. And let me show you. First of all, remember this appears in any window you want. So you open any Finder window, click in there, and you can start typing, looking for something, I don't know, hello. Okay, and it starts finding things. You notice, by the way, that it's come down with file name matches, hello. Only because I paused, actually, to talk to you. If I'm just doing this myself, tapping away, and I'm usually in a hurry looking for something, I type this, nothing seems to happen until I hit the space bar afterwards, and then that space bar guarantees to bring up that name matches hello. And that's very nice. I appear to have hello Playmates, an Arthur ASCII file for some reason. I have no idea what that could be. I must look at when that was. 2011. No idea. So there you go. Now it's the search, and actually I tell you what, that is so useful. I'm going to call that step 2 all by itself, because I want to separate it from step 3. So step 2, click in there, you get the list of, it's very similar to Spotlight or any third-party thing, except for this. Rather than searching by the name, you can search for other things. You notice over here, let's look at this. You see this plus sign? This plus sign over here. Curiously enough though, not that one, this one, the one that's a full button. Tap on that, and now you have options. You can say the name begins with hello, and you see instantly that gets rid of loads of things for me. Or the name isn't something. I mean, you could go insane with that, couldn't you? Search for any document on your Mac that is not named hello or something. That would be a very long list. But okay, let's say that it just at least contains the word hello. I don't know why I picked hello, but there you go. It's giving me lots of results there. What's that? 100 items result? No, I'll do. But it doesn't have to be searched by name. I can search instead by the date it was started. So a date within the last, or today. Is there anything today? No. And nothing with hello called out yesterday. Yep, there's one from yesterday. Or let's make it two. It's within the last 1,000 days. I have no idea what. There you go, a whole pile of them. Or so many weeks, months, years. You can do all that, and that's nice. And there's also this. I mean, you see lots of other things like kind. I could search for a folder with that name, and oh, amazingly, I have some. Oh, Xcode project. I wonder what that's about. Okay, all of that very nice. Let me put that back to searching for anything. Let me put that back to searching for a name contains hello. And then there's this. That plus sign is still there. We hit plus again. And now name contains hello, but I think the last, within the last 1,000 days. Ooh, found something before, I don't know why. Let's change it. We can change that though to kind is folder. And now we can add another one that says last open date. No, I'll tell you what, created date is within the last 1,000 days, and we start narrowing down and down and down. That's the advantage of searching through the Finder window instead of Spotlight or an alternative like that. Okay, I know you see the benefit of that. You could use this to search for a Pages document that contained hello in the title, but you created it sometime last year and you last opened it in May this year, and it's in a folder. You can do all sorts of things. You can even do it within it. It contains the word peregrine or something. You can do all of that, and you can see how it will find whatever you're looking for. But you can also think, who has got the time? Seriously? Maybe when I was seriously desperately searching for that video work, I think I so needed it, I could not find where to put it. Then yes, it was worth the effort to do it. But let's say it happens again. I lose video work again for some reason. I think the next time I lose it, I am not going to schlep through adding up name, folder, contains date and all this stuff. I'm just going to slap my forehead, possibly kick myself, do all sorts of things, and maybe start a new video work folder and just begin all over again. Except, yes, it does take time to create all of these. I mean, I know it's only clicking a plus button a few times, but you've got to think what goes in it. Does the name contain? Does the name begin with? All of these options. But having done it all, you've seen this. I've not pointed it out to you yet. Look what's next to this. You see the plus buttons here. There's a minus one, so you can get rid of one if you don't like it. I've decided I don't want the folder one. That's gone. And up here there's a minus one, gets rid of all of it. But then there is this. There is save. Click on that. Look for hello documents. And now, anytime I want to do that search again, I can just bring that up. But this is how I bring it up. You notice here, it's actually already highlighted. I'm going to get rid of that so you can see it. Here's my sidebar in any Finder window. There is look for hello documents. Click on that and it finds everything that matches that criteria. Now, I know also, what are the odds you have a really complicated search that you're going to want exactly that search again. Right click on here or control click and show search criteria. Brings us back to this familiar list, and I can get rid of anything I want. I can add more, and it's all saved when I press save. Okay, now this is an odd one because it's not like a feature, it's like a concept really, and I wouldn't bother mentioning it except that I have seen it cause confusion. Let's look back at this window we've got. Let's go into video work. You've seen enough of it, let's go in. There it is, pile of folders and things. Really, we have three areas. This one here are your documents, your folders, your applications. That's where they really are. That's where you go to open the 58 keys folder. You go to do some work like this. Down the side here, you have what's called a sidebar. And across the top, you have all of these controls, including now this folder that I want to use all the time. That folder, it isn't the folder. It's like a shortcut to it. This list of things down here, if I go to applications, These are the applications, but that isn't. Are you following this yet? That's a shortcut to it. And this is a difference that makes no difference until it makes a big difference. Because I have seen people reasonably familiar with Macs who think this thing here, Documents, is their Documents folder. Not that it's you click on it to go to it, but that is it. So then when they've wanted to back up their documents, they have clicked and held on there and they have tried dragging it off to somewhere onto I think actually at the time they were burning DVDs and stuff like that, but external drives, anything. And they would drag it off like this and it would just vanish. I don't want to do this because if I let go now, Documents folder's gone from me and I kind of need it. So let me just put that back in there. But you get the idea. You can easily be fooled into forgetting these things are there to help you. And I think that is confusing. But it's also so useful when you know what it is. I love the fact that I can just click straight there and go into whatever I really like. Getting around the Finder so quickly speeds up everything you do on your Mac. So that's 5 things that I wanted to show you, except could I possibly just slip in a 6th? It's the smallest thing. It's bigger than a 5A, but it's not gigantic. It's the thing that put all of this in my head. It's the thing I saw going on, the thing I had to explain to somebody that made me think actually this could be very useful for all of us, for all writers doing this, because this is something I think as a writer you're going to be doing this a lot. I mean, every Mac user will do this, but it's surprising how when you know it, you don't realize that everybody doesn't. And then when you look into it, you realize nobody ever tells you. Easy to just show you. I'll shut up and show you. How's that? Look at this list of documents in my video work folder. Let's say I want to select all of them. Well, I could Command A and they're all selected. Nice. Now, so if I want to drag them off somewhere, if I wanted to open them all up at the same time, fill the screen with things, fine. But I could also do this. I can click on the first one, hold down the Shift key, click on the last, and I've selected them all. It's not the same as selecting all though, because look at this. Let's say I click on that one first, hold down the Shift key, and I click on that one. It selects the one you clicked first, the one you clicked second, and all of the ones in between. So it's a quick way of making a big selection, if you like, that isn't everything. The only thing is, you know what it's like. The truth is, actually, you want every single one of those except the RTS one, the Royal Television Society folder. Well, you can just do this. And now, everything I want is selected. Nothing I don't want is selected. And I can drag them around. I can do whatever I need. Oh, I can do this. Let's show you one more thing. I can compress them all into one go. Perhaps if I'm sending it on to somebody. All I need to do is select the first one, Shift, click on the end, and then hold down the Command key as I unselect the ones I don't want. Alternatively, click on one and then hold down the Command key before you click anywhere else, and you can do this. You can go in any old sequence you like. That's it for 58 Keys this week. There is so much more to say about the Finder. We're going to come back to that, and maybe soon, who knows. But for now, that's it. Please find the YouTube subscribe button and click that. That really does help me. And take care of yourself, will you? Okay? I'll see you soon.